Everybody, you know who it is. It's your boy Mo Pre. Just shut up and listen. Just close your mouth and open your mind. I got a small rant. I want to get something on my chest today because I'm getting tired of this. A lot of people are always calling me. They always writing me. They always texting me. They always emailing me. They always telling me how wrong I am. People think I'm against employees. People think I'm against having a job. Have you lost your mind? I used to be an employee. I had a job. I got friends and family that are still employees. I'm not against nobody for being an employee. I'm not against anybody for having a job. You know who is against employees? The IRS are against employees. It's a fact. The harder you work, the more money you make. All you do is move into a higher tax bracket and you pay more to the rich people. That's all you do. That's all you do. You move into a higher tax bracket and you pay more in taxes. It's a fact. People that if you're a W-2 employee, you're gonna get taxed twice, and the more money you make, the higher your tax bracket will be. You don't have those expensive and deductions that someone who's an entrepreneur or someone who has a business have. I mean, it's just facts. If that makes sense to you, then I can't help you. If it makes sense for you to pay more in taxes than somebody who has a business or entrepreneur or a hustle, then I can't help you. But I want to ask you something. Rather than go to school, learn how to work for money, why don't you get some kind of financial education and learn how to have people and money work for you? To me, that would make sense. Going to school has always been a hot subject for me because literally all my childhood I've been told, go to school, get good grades. Yep, y'all about to finish it for me, and get a good job. I always ask somebody who told me that, what if I don't want a job? Nobody was never able to answer that. What if I don't want a job? Ever since some of you remember me since high school and middle school, I used to be an entrepreneur way back in the day as a teenager. Like I sold chips and juice. I used to cut grass. I used to cut hair. Like I've been an entrepreneur for a long time because as a kid, I knew I didn't want a job. But I had to do the trial and error. I had to go to school. I had to get a good job and find out for myself. And what I realized is job means just over broke. The problem with most people, because they go to school and get a job, they end up becoming just over broke. And I'm not against a job because I feel like it leaves you to be living paycheck to paycheck or month to month or just over broke. My thing about a job is it's not an asset. You can't pass it down to your kids. You can't put it in your pocket. You can't take it home with you. You can't store it for generations to come. It has no real value. Like even if you could pass your job down to someone that you know, but they won't hire your kid anyway, and even if you could. So why go to school? You know, that's the question. Why go to school and get a good job if your job is not an asset? You know, they should be teaching you how to go to school and acquire assets. They should be teaching you how to build businesses. That's why we have such a big problem today, because jobs, as you know, are being exported overseas and they are being given to robots. I literally walked into a McDonald's and I only saw one human being in this McDonald's because everything else was based on the kiosk. Take your order here. They are outsourcing all kind of jobs. The job that I just left from wiped out a whole department of almost 20 people because they are outsourcing these jobs and they're doing things to where the computer can do it for you. And then the people that get your job, you can go from making 22 an hour to them paying somebody 15, 12, $8 an hour overseas, American dollar. They doing it for cheaper, and they can barely speak the language, and they don't even have the accolades and certificates that you have. All the jobs are being outsourced, literally. I mean, they tell me out that 18-wheelers are going to be driven by robots in the near future. Like, all these warehouses are being shut down because robots are taking over. They got warehouses all over the United States full of nothing but robots. They got humans pushing in the buttons telling the robots what to do, but that's about it. You can't live in an industrial age mindset. So if you're a W-2 employee, you will pay more in taxes than anybody. W-2 employees pay more in taxes than anybody else on the face of the earth. More than self-employed, more than investors, and more than business owners. I get a tax bracket because I create jobs. When I create a job, I'm creating a taxpayer, and that's what the government want. The government want a taxpayer because they know a taxpayer, a W-2 employee, they're gonna get the most money from them because they're gonna pay taxes twice every time they get paid, and then at the end of the year. So I'm not against employees. I'm actually fighting for you. I'm begging you to stop being a part of the pawn of the system. Stop being a part of this scheme. And I know you guys ain't looking at it like a scheme, but when you look at it from a tax standpoint, which I am a tax expert, I've been doing taxing for so long, you're really leaving money on the table by not having an entrepreneurship, not having a business, not being an investor. So I leave you with this. Guys, gals, friends, family, I'm not against employees. I love my employees. The IRS are against you guys. I'm not the boogeyman. The IRS are the boogeyman because he's going to charge you more and more money every time you make more and more money. It's your boy Mopri. I'm the new guru. I'm done ranting for today. I'm out. Holla.